Day 5, Session 2 here at the 2025 Australian Open. It's women's singles action once again, and there is the horn to get us underway for this clash between Annette McCormick of Dandenong in Victoria of the Dandenong Club against Dawn Owens of Kensington in New Zealand, not Melbourne. Very much looking forward to this clash. Val Febo, my name, and alongside me once again is the one and only Troy Corber. Troy, welcome.
Thank you, Val. Good morning, Just. And
yes, it is Just.
Looking forward to this one. This green's going to start flying in this session. Bowls running very well this morning, and it's going to be up around 15.5, pushing 16 in this game.
Oh, yes, it sure is. And adding the most special of special comments is Connor Munnings. Connor, welcome.
Thanks, Val. Good to be here for this scintillating game between Annette McCormick and Dawn Owens, which is surprising. Not Dawn Heyman, but we do have a Heyman playing on stream in the third game today.
So we do have Dawn Heyman on today.
For 2 games.
That's what you're saying. So this is a really tough group, this section. Section 5 of the women's singles. Both Dawn and Annette were unsuccessful in their matches this morning, but the players that they're up against, Colleen Orr, who is a stalwart of bowls. She's one of the finest. Now, you know, I liken the Northern Territory superstars of there's Siobhan Tootle, there's Colleen Orr, there's Bronwyn Hagger, and there's Sez James as well. And I liken them to the Galacticos of Real Madrid. You know, they say there's Beckham, Zidane, Luis Figo, and all the other players. Well, that's what it is for the Northern Territory, and that's what Colleen Orr is. So she's on top of the section. +7, Sonia Sutton, the mother of Cooper Sutton, who's an up-and-coming star of the sport from Altona in Victoria. She defeated Dawn Owens 21-20, and Annette lost 21-14 to Colleen. So it's a tough section. But both of these two will be looking to get themselves on the board to start proceedings. You ever heard that? A Galacticos?
You've impressed me when I didn't think I could be any more impressed with you, Val.
Yeah, never thought we would have made the correlation between the Galacticos of Real Madrid to Northern Territory bowls, but there you go.
Well, we've covered a lot of territory this week, so nothing would surprise me.
But Colleen Orr she's so passionate about this sport, and it just oozes. And you know, I've spoken to her before, and you could honestly chat to her about how much she wants to give to the sport for hours, because that's the sort of person that she is. So fantastic. These blue and white bowls this morning are for Annette McCormick. The black bowls for Dawn Owens.
Well, interesting start. Dawn's nailed the line, and Annette's nailed the weight. So they'll both be just trying to fix that one thing.
So get the scoreboard up for you after the first end. But Annette, 54 years of age in her second Australian Open. She made the round of 32 in the women's pairs last year. So has pedigree. She's got a coach with her as well, Coach Paul. And then Dawn Owens in her maiden Australian Open at 70 years of age. But she has been playing for 18 years. She's retired. And for work, she used to help building houses with her husband. So not afraid to do some hard yakka both on and off the green.
Can Annette keep this bowl around the black? No.
So, what are you thinking here? I'm thinking this could be a 2 or a 3. Thinking definitely 2 for Dawn Owens.
Yeah, the jack high and the one behind, I'd say a 2. Don't know that she'll get the third.
Well, it'll be a good start either way.
I'll forewarn Connor now because we'll get the side camera on. Annette McCormick's delivery. I can see why she's got a coach here, and he'd be very proud of the delivery.
Just one to Dawn Owens there, so both you and I were off the ball.
And I reckon she holds her position after delivery for about 4 seconds when she's released. Annette?
Sort of like when a cricketer hits a really crisp shot and they just hold their release. So Cass Millerick is very similar as well. She holds her position for a few seconds after delivery.
And it's probably the biggest thing that new bowlers don't do. The biggest thing that they perhaps get wrong is the follow through. And staying down and going through the bowl. They tend to come up and sort of step back off the bowl.
So 1-0 to start proceedings in favour of the New Zealander from Kensington Bowling Club.
Here's that delivery you were talking about, Troy, about the end screens now.
Like a statue. Still holding.
Yep, love it.
Still holding.
The camera hasn't frozen.
There she goes. Now that bowl has got within 8 foot of coming to Jack High at the other end before she has even moved.
So having a look at where Kensington is in New Zealand, it's very low down on the South Island, not overly far from Invercargill. Sort of move up. It's on the eastern coast of the South Island, sort of about maybe 80% of the way down. So I can imagine it would get very, very cold down there. Great to see that she's here, and not overly far from Queenstown either. That is on the bucket list to get to Queenstown and to go to New Zealand. I've heard the people there are just absolutely lovely, and all the people that I've met have been great. Not far either, as opposed to travelling to Europe.
Yes.
Or even Asia. Or America.
So, predictably, both ladies struggling to hold them back because the green is quite slick. I believe they've changed greens as well. I don't believe they were on this green for the first game. Could be wrong. I was once.
Only once.
Only once. So can Annette here make the correction? It looks better. This is coming from where they sell the pies. May well have done enough there.
Got Wold Tube watching Let's Go Annette. All the Dandenong Club are behind you. And I'm just double checking. Is that? Yes, it is. The one and only Chris Wallace. The man, the myth, the legend himself. Wally, we love you very much, mate. Great to have your company. Of course, the former General Manager of Participation and Programs at Bowls Australia and one of the all-time human beings.
So can Annette double up here? Might be slightly quicker than her last. Can she get a user-friendly rub? She does. And can it fall over? It does. And I think that's going to be 2 for Annette McCormick.
So it would be a good start.
Perhaps a bit closer than I thought, this one. We're at least going to have a look at it. Pam, our marker, will give us an indication here. And it is indeed 2.
Good start for Annette McCormick.
So players are playing in the north-south direction as they were this morning. And for those that haven't been to Broadbeach or might be overseas and don't know where it's situated, well, we're maybe 200 metres from the water here. And there is not a breath of wind. For those that saw me rugged up with 4 layers and a lovely crocheted rug around me yesterday, I'm actually in the short sleeve shirt at the moment. It is a magnificent day.
It really is. It's been a little bit cold. We've had a couple of people messaging saying you shouldn't be complaining because of where other people are. But you know what? You can only complain about what you're in. But also we should be positive and look, you know, there's a lot of people that would kill to be in the position that we're in right now, watching the bowls and sitting alongside the Australian Open. And we are very fortunate enough to be doing what we're doing.
We're in the best seat in the house, and we're glad that we can share that seat with you.
Yep. We're a very hospitable people here at Bowls Australia. We try to be anyway. So Dandenong versus Kensington. Not Victoria. Or one of them is, but one from New Zealand. Of course, Flemington, Kensington, another one of the big clubs in Melbourne. Have you ever seen Flemken where they are?
No, I haven't.
I'll Google it for you. Google the bird's eye view of where it is. It's kind of, if you have a look, sort of right in between all three sets of roads, sort of in its own little triangle. But it's a great spot. Close to the showgrounds. Kensington in New Zealand. I'm desperate to get there now.
Really impressed with how Annette has found the line. It only took her one end to work it out. And she's starting well here. Tiny little fist pump there too. She's very keen and very happy with that, and rightly so. Tell you what though, Dawn's in the area with a great reply. Gee, that's a wonderful try. Gets second shot. Will force Annette onto the other hand. Ideally for her, she'll want to drift through that hole, finish just behind the jack and count. Would be the absolute perfect bowl. Now, will she get back enough?
Well, we know that they hoop. Just not sure they're going to hoop back, but look at the line and how that has come back.
Well, she's got two in a great spot.
As smooth as buttering a beautiful crisp piece of toast.
Dawn's only real danger here is she doesn't want to come across the head and rock the shot bowl up onto the jack, or she could find herself 3 down. But she hasn't reached, so.
Cut the count though, so it's 1 to Annette McCormick, and she was holding a fair few. And the Victorian boasts a 3-1 buffer in this race to 21 shots. Of course, 2 hours and 15 minutes is the time limit that we're playing to. Doubt that we'll get there. Singles play, you never usually get timed out. It is very rare, although it has happened before. Paul Brooks, sure is cold there, Val, in the comments, and saying it's 8 degrees with snow down to very low levels. So it seemed as though New Zealand is copping a very cold winter down in the South Island. Not sure I'd go in winter to New Zealand. I'm not great in the cold, and I'm not a skier, so I reckon I'd be going when it's a bit warmer.
Yeah, I'm way too scared to go skiing.
I went once.
I'd get on a motorised toboggan and go hurning around.
Toboggans are fun. Toboggans are very fun.
Skiing, snowboarding, any of those balance sort of sports, rollerblading, surfing, there is absolutely no hope of me being any good at that at all.
What did you say about giraffes earlier?
It's exactly what it'd be. I'd stack it and be like one of those cartoon characters with my arms and legs all crossed over and stars coming up.
But yeah, no, I went skiing when I would have been maybe 11, and you pick up speed and then you get scared to go even faster and you don't feel like you're stopping. So I just fell, got back up, went down, felt like I was going too fast again, fell.
It's that sense of not having full control that doesn't agree with me. And I think the key is staying loose and going with it, whereas I want to fight it.
Yep.
Yeah, you need to angle your body down the slope. Everything's telling you back up, but it's supposed to be down.
So Annette's going to go swimming here. So Dawn has an opportunity to... She needs to correct a bit of everything here. But she can get on it and place a bit of pressure back on Annette.
And you know what? I think I've done the wrong thing here. I've said that I've Googled Kensington, New Zealand, and...
Great bowl, Dawn.
That is brilliant. Kensington's lower in the lower part, but Kensington Bowling Club is actually on the North Island of New Zealand. So
there you go.
Trying to research on the fly, and I do apologise to all those there. Might have been offended that I got that wrong, but it's actually, instead of being really far south, it's actually quite far north above Auckland.
I'm presuming New Zealand's probably no different to Australia in terms of the territory.
No, I think they've got a
North
big
versus
rivalry.
South.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big rivalry.
Dawn, can she hold her head here? She's holding pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, finds the hole. But great spot. Adds to the count. Pressure on Annette McCormick.
I feel like we're really figuring each other out here early. It's pretty well pointed for Annette.
She's played this well.
Very well pointed for Annette McCormick. Take your hat off. Splendid. Coach Paul, he's not writing down any notes. And if he is, he's saying that was perfect.
Still a little shelf there from Dawn. If she can get this in the right area. It's a similar line.
It's coming. It's just going to cut. Great effort. But another one to Annette McCormick. 4-1 after 4 ends here on Green 4 at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. If you are in the area, make sure you get down. Have a look at the trade stand, the marquee. Get some aero bowls. Walter and Chantal are in there today. Can come and get a selfie with Troy Corbett. He's charging $40 for them. How cheap?
Well, I'm letting people wear my crocheted rug in the shot. That costs extra.
Yep. It's unwashed. Same as yesterday. Unaltered, unfiltered Troy Corbett.
Scary. So Annette, of course, hailing from the very strong Dandenong Club in Victoria.
Home of the Melbourne Pulse in the Bowls Premier League.
And the club opened up in 1955, and they have just grown and gone from strength to strength in that time.
Snap trivia, Troy.
Well, here we go.
Snap trivia. Who have been... Now, the Melbourne Pulse have won the Bowls Premier League on 3 occasions. Who has coached them to those 3?
Look, this is where my bias comes in, because I watch it for the Tassie Tridents. If they're not playing, I crack them like St Kilda. When St Kilda loses in the AFL, I just lose interest in the AFL. So
I think I
Melbourne
know.
Pulse coach.
All right, well, Connor, jump in.
Too.
Okay.
I'll just wait for Annette to bowl the next bowl.
All right. Well, this is open to everybody. So for those listening, who have been the 3 coaches? So there has been 3.
Yeah, we'll wait till after the end, and then I think I can provide.
Was one of them Scottish?
No.
I thought one of them might have been a Scotsman whose name escapes me.
Wait till after the end and comment, and then.
Yep. So if you're listening, who are the 3 coaches? No cheating. Don't go to bowls.com.au and look at the BPL page. And there's a uniqueness to the stories of why these answers are the answers. So we'll explain after the end. So trivia time. Who are the 3 coaches to guide the Melbourne Pulse to BPL glory on finals night? Hint. Said on finals night. Carmen Plaza in the comments saying it has to be one of the flappers. That's wrong. Ethan Johnston, you are on the right track. No, looking at the comments, Troy, Connor. Well, you know. Connor, yeah. You know that one. Troy, don't look. No cheating.
I think I know one more. I don't know if is there 3 different ones?
Yep.
Third one.
Meanwhile, Dawn is piling on the pressure here. And she's got another goodie here.
Doesn't want to trail the jack. Doesn't want to trail the jack.
Oh, ouchie. Ouchie, ouchie.
So, was 2. She's cut her own down to 1.
I mean, it's still a pretty good one, but when you're holding 2 already.
Yeah. That's where you can say, like, you think every touch is good, but not the case.
That's a mighty effort here from Annette. Can she bend back more? Fall over?
Oh, it's close, but probably no cigar. Not far away, though.
I reckon with the fall over, she gets shot there,
Yep.
but I think she's still just down. Good thing for Dawn is that is past jack high, that bowl. So she's not at risk of, or very low risk of, hurting herself there. We'll need this to hold on that line.
It won't, but she'll get the 1. So 4-2 in favour of Annette McCormick. Now, the trivia, gentlemen, the 3 coaches that have won a Bowls Premier League with the Melbourne Pulse. So, Connor, what's your answers?
I know Jeremy Henry is definitely one, and the one I know that was a late replacement for Jeremy Henry, Scott de Jong.
Okay, what about the 3rd?
I have no idea.
Okay. Troy?
No, I'm out.
Okay.
I can't think of the 3rd.
So Connor, 2 out of 3. Bang on the money. So, Jez had to leave BPL 15. Yes, BPL 15. To go, I can't remember what was going, but he had to leave. So then Scotty de Jong came in the final night and won it. So Jez and Scott both get the credit for coaching there because Jez took them through the entirety of the home and away rounds. So Scotty
was the first one, was he?
Yep. So Scotty, BPL 15. BPL 16 was indeed Jeremy Henry. Then BPL 19, Jez had to leave on the final day. Andrew Breedon Walton
I was never
took over. So, formerly of Club Sunbury, then I don't know if he's still at Dandenong Club now, but Andrew Breedon Walton as we lose a jack. So they are the 3 coaches to win for the Melbourne Pulse. The players have all been the same, however. Alan Fife, Gary Kelly, Barry Lester. But there you go. There's some trivia for you that
I like that. Thank you, Val. And we've had a bit of a theme of some Commonwealth Games trivia. We've got that coming up in the 3rd session. So we've covered the 70s, 80s and 90s Commonwealth Games trivia. We will enter the next century this afternoon session.
You're going to ask me something from Manchester, aren't you?
I am. Oh, I'm not going to go Australia. That's way too easy.
Ah, you suck.
Oh, I've given you a hint, though. No cheating in the break.
Is the answer Ziti Zelina Ama? I know she won the singles that year. Well, yeah, if you go to, Delhi, that's pretty recent. You go to Melbourne, that's pretty recent. You go to Gold Coast, Glasgow. Ask me something about Birmingham. I'll know that. But there you go. If there's other trivia questions that you want answered, let us know in the comments. Ask us a question and who knows, it may feature. Troy is a walking encyclopedia. He knows everything. Connor and I are just along for the ride.
Fowles goes photo memory. Sees it once, then.
I was going to say, coming from Rain Man himself.
You are too kind.
So both ladies nailing the line. Again, in this direction, just going through the head a little bit. So I wonder if it is just running a little bit quicker coming back this way, potentially. But Annette's corrected beautifully here. Look at this coming back. That is approximately 2 feet behind the jack. Dawn needs a close one. The first two are pretty long. She's coming in well. Ooh. It's a good effort. I think she still might just be one down. And that's on the trot after this. One of the few times she's missed a line. Here we go. The question's been asked. We'll know now. No, we won't. Pam doesn't want any part in that. Really doesn't change Dawn's shot either way, really. Her shot is just to draw through on that same hand. She's bowled a good one. She doesn't really need to make much of a correction. Can she sit the back blue? No, she cannot.
So, Annette McCormick with an opportunity here. Trying to extend this buffer.
Channeling a little bit of inner disco with the wrist work.
Yep.
She's pretty well bandaged up there.
Do you know if there's an injury or?
No, not 100% sure. Sometimes it can be a pre-existing thing or can have been around for a while. Disco's had that strapping on for quite a while. He had an injury, so now he keeps it strapped. Here is...
She's going to need action on the outside, but she doesn't get it.
So favouring one to Annette.
Well, I think Pam's actually got the red lollipop ready to go.
She does.
So maybe it is the black bowl at 5 o'clock.
It might be looking at it from our angle. And I think Dawn is ready. They will get the measure. Find out what the adjudication is.
Oh, there we go.
It's 1 to Annette.
Pam was foxing us.
Yeah. So 5 shots to 2, only the one multiple so far in this match. That went to Annette McCormick. This is the 7th end of the match. So low scoring. And again, that race to 10, all important. It's hooping back, but it's going to hoop underneath the line. So we know how much real estate you have to give. Annette is in, or would know all about that, internet advertising and a property developer as well. lots of property out in Dandenong, lots of estates going up around there. A bit further out as well towards Cranbourne, and it's rapidly growing Melbourne population.
For our international viewers, Dandenong's a southeastern suburb of Melbourne, around 29 kilometres from the CBD.
Feels further when you're driving it. When you're stuck in that traffic on the Monash Freeway, it's great fun.
One of the more famous sportsmen to come from that area. One of our pioneers in the NBA, Andrew Bogut.
He is a Dandenong boy, that's right. Just off Stud Road. Head up the Monash. Get off at Stud Road, and they've done a great job there. This one, look at this hoop back hard. And that'll be in for 2. Or we think, anyway.
Annette will come back to the line, but it's just going to keep running on her. So Dawn, last time coming down this way, was holding a good 2 with her third bowl and unfortunately trailed the jack away. She'll be wanting to make sure she takes good grass here. She's certainly done that. Good decision here from Annette, because it's close to the draw line, that last bowl. If she's got a couple of seconds, she may elect to play a little bit of sit and stay weight on her backhand.
Go for the big one.
Well,
or a biggish.
Yeah, I think she'd want to play enough weight that if she sits one of the front blacks, she's just going to stun through the head and stay. So more of a sort of swinging weight with a few yards. If she ducks under the head, she can still grab the jack. Lots of options on that hand, or she can just dead draw on the other.
Bit of Scissor Sisters playing in the background. I don't feel like dancing. This song is still good after, 20 years or so?
Even better late in the night after a few Shirley Temples.
The problem is, after a few of those, you feel like dancing. This is the sit and stay weight from Annette McCormick. Tell you what, she's not a mile away either. Annette McCormick. Ooh. The bowl didn't feel like dancing.
Probably needed slightly more weight than that to actually get the bowl through the head and then run through, but it was a good effort. Can Dawn make a pay and add a third?
He's coming, needs to clear the front, got a rub. And it rubbed the wrong way. But it could be in. Leaning towards 2. Could be a measure for a third. Will we be even at 5 apiece? No, just the 2. So 5-4 in favour of Annette McCormick. What do you think, gentlemen? I'll put it out to both of you as well. Been sent a message from Chris Wallace about Annette's nickname at Dandenong Club. What do you think it is?
For the club, not the suburb?
Yes, so the club's nickname for Annette.
Oh.
So it's something to do with her first name. It is a bit corny, but think of it, Annette.
So something along the fisherman line or something like that?
Oh, you're very close.
The angler?
No. Take erman away from fisherman.
The angler.
Fisher?
No. Take erman.
Oh, fish.
Yep, there it is.
There you go.
So, yeah, Wally sent it through. Here's one for a quiet moment of stream. Annette's nickname around the club is Fish because of Annette, and then in brackets, corny, we know. Don't mind it.
I actually quite like it because
Yeah.
a lot of Aussie nicknames, Macca,
Yeah.
Jono, just add an A or an O
Yeah,
on the end.
exactly.
Not much imagination, so I like ones with a little twist. It's good.
Yeah. Do you have a nickname, Troy?
Never really had a nickname.
Yeah. Well, when you've got a one-syllable name, I'm the same. I've never really had one.
When I played at Musgrave Hill, Gary Mounsey, great player, great bloke, he used to call me Q1 after the building here on the Gold Coast.
You're about the same height.
And I used to get Hightower as well from the Police Academy movies. Or Des, as in Des Troy.
Yeah.
Don't mind it. I'm going to start calling him Burj Khalifa.
The Burge.
The
Well, and it's burgeoning the head with bowls close here.
Well, I think they're going to change. I was reading an article this morning. They're going to change the name of the Burj Khalifa over the coming months to Burj Korba. But no, with a one-syllable nickname, it's hard.
So this is a world-class end at the moment. Dawn's going to drift under here. Terrific bowls in the head. The head itself, Dawn's is the furthest away at just under a foot, probably. And it's got two inside it.
Question about how the wind is today on the comments from Zoom. It's actually really good today. Is this one from Annette McCormick?
Wow.
She sprints in behind it, and for good reason too.
Hope she stretched the hammies. You don't want to pull a hammy. She was after that.
Yep. Usain Bolt wouldn't have caught it.
She didn't quite hide the jack, though. Didn't get an optimal jack movement.
Quick weight here from Dawn, and that's not going to affect things. So, if you are Annette, now I'm thinking outlandish here. Do you try and go on that forehand and try and get rid of that bowl and stay around for four?
No.
And sort of land on it?
No, she's played 3 pearlers.
Yeah.
She just needs to do the same bowl, draw in there, and then be 4. She's holding 3 at the moment. So
which is just ridiculous because look at how close they all are together. This has been a stunning end from the Victorian.
Well, the fish just needs to take good grass. She doesn't want to cut the head and run the black up. As long as she takes good grass, there's no damage she can do. She's drawn 3 pearlers.
She's cast a beautiful net around the jack. Is it the perfect net? No. And it's funny, when you get the opportunity to make a full count, you tend to see people go short. We saw it a lot in the first match between Vicky Degenhardt and Julie Tripaz. But a 3 for the Victorian, and she moves close to double figures here. She leads at 8-4. Biggest collect of the match so far.
She places the arrow mat down right on the 6-foot mark. So let's see where she decides to land this jack. Nice gentle 3/4. Always been a fan that sometimes you will go into a game and start on a game plan because you know you're playing against a particular player who likes to play a particular length. But otherwise, generally, I just like my lead to set the length.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that every bowler has a natural weight. So allow them to roll the jack at their natural weight and what they're comfortable with, because if they can nail it, you're halfway there.
Oh, that's a good startup from Dawn Owens. Perfect day for bowls today. Perfect winter's day anyway.
And unusually, Annette's just gone a bit haywire with the line. She's been very good today with her line. So an opportunity here for Dawn. She won't want to let this lead drift out too far. Look at that scoot across the head. Green just about getting to that pace where it's quite unforgiving on line. If you miss the line tight, bowls are running underneath and can make you look a little silly. You don't need to miss it by much for a big difference at the other end.
Another good bowl from Dawn Owens, not letting that 3 that she's dropped get ahead of her and get into her mind.
And on the line, unfortunately, Connor.
Yeah.
No target.
Question about the markings on the line. Get to that very shortly. It's Annette. It's trying to come back, but it's not going to get there. So, do Australian Greens always have the line markings, or is it just for the big tournaments? Well, these line markings are for the centre lines for each respective rink. So, the greenkeepers will move rinks every day just to ensure that the wear and tear is spread evenly on the greens. So, these are just for the rink guidelines. So, you'll see as they go sort of all the way along where the ditches are, as this one tries to hoop back, but falls in. Well, she may have just made 3 there herself, Dawn Owens. So, yeah, you'll see. And some greens around Australia will only have little chalk marks. And you'll see that at the Bowls Premier League. You see that on the carpet, just the chalk marks. I think we've just kicked 3 out. So, Dawn Owens, no, just a 2.
Much needed for Dawn.
8-6 is the score. So no one winning consecutive ends at the moment.
The lines are quite helpful for us as commentators because it can help us judge how a bowl's tracking in terms of its line and determining who's shot as well at times. So it's very handy for us. I do like it when they have the big logos on the green too. That can really help.
Yep.
It's nice to play on them too because sometimes you go, right, I've just got to go through the A of Paradise Point.
Yeah.
That's where you want your bowl to track.
But no, it is really good. Like as a commentator, I utilise the grids a lot. You know, when you're trying to look and see who's got shot, and you know, when I first started doing it, I had sort of no clue how to read it from where we're sitting. But you utilise those, and it certainly does help.
Hopefully, the Pulse Bar down at the Dandenong Club is showing this on the live stream.
Oh, that'd have to be.
It'll be pulsating down there, I reckon.
Oh,
Troy.
Connor. Going to change your last name to Connor Money. Because you are on it all the time. It's the king of underwater hockey is Connor, Troy.
Is that right?
Yep.
And he said yesterday that he's keen to get into the curling if it takes off down in Tassie.
Oh, definitely. Bowls nice. We've added sweeping.
Start some live streaming for the curling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ringside curls.
I think I'd want to be the person delivering the
the
stone. I think they call it.
Yeah.
The rock.
I don't want to be in charge of the broom. be so self-conscious about touching the stone.
I know. And then also,
Fall
I wouldn't
over.
want to slip.
Yeah.
Because you're sweeping and you're focusing on your arms. I would go backside over. Have a bruised coccyx.
Because they're pretty much flat shoes too, aren't they?
I think they are.
Yeah, it's pretty much like slides. So helps you get good grip.
Yeah, it'd be terrible. So Annette McCormick holding sway here. Nicknamed Fish.
This is honing in nicely.
Oh, look at this and the sprint. You know when she gets the sprint going that it's tracking well.
3 goodies there. So Dawn, after getting herself back in the game, picking up 2 on the last end, she's staring down the barrel of having that gap open up again. What can she do here? It's trying to hurry up to the jack. It's creeping up.
Not going to get there. So this another chance in this direction again for Annette McCormick to take a full count. And if you look back at the history of this contest going in this direction, Annette is unbeaten. Bowling in this southern direction, so she's found it completely. Scored a 2, a 1, a 1 and a 3. And on the opposite side, she's actually in the northern direction. She's only won it once. But it's why she's in front at the moment.
I'm having a chat with a coach. This is why you've got him. She's consulting with Paul around the shot to play. And I think he suggested, no, get out on the open hand. Don't risk hitting that black bowl in.
And my God, do not trail that jack.
Good grass, please.
I don't think she sent it at all.
She's chickened right out. Maybe that was the advice from Paul.
There's a wry smile there. Just say take the 3. But she's into double figures, and the lead is up to 5, the biggest lead of the contest so far. So Annette McCormick with an 11-6 buffer. Back-to-back 3s bowling in the southern direction. Can she win one in the northern direction? Only won once. That was in the 3rd end of the match. And here's a bit of curling info from Zoom from Canada in the comments. One shoe slides, the other grips, so you can push and you can use your weight to sweep. All right, well, there you go. That would do my head in, though, having 2 shoes with different grips. I guess you wouldn't wear them anywhere else, but...
I'm presuming, depending on maybe whether you're left or right-handed, like which the grip and the non-grip, which one it goes on. Maybe? I don't know.
You know what? Why don't we start the Australian curling team? I don't reckon...
There is an Australian curling team. They got bronze at the World Championships.
They did
recently.
too.
Did they?
The mixed pairs curling team.
Oh, damn.
And did very well at the Winter Olympics a few years ago.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were any good.
Missed the boat.
Yep. Well, I'm not going to the Olympics. Trying to think of what that last dream could be, how I could get there. Maybe play table tennis every day, who knows?
Mate, if Reagan gets a Guernsey, I reckon go the break dancing.
Well, that's gone now.
It's gone.
But see, and that's the thing. How the hell can we not get into the Olympics? Yet, I'm going to get angry, aren't I?
You are.
Yeah.
Take a Valium, Val. Valium, Val.
But you see the efforts in which, and the drama that this sport can produce on the international stage. You see it. And then you see that.
And I know the Olympics is definitely going towards a modern theme of wanting exciting, captivating sports. And I think you could go with a BPL Cup type format at the Olympics. Get the music going, get the lights going in a stadium. And I think it would play out really well.
And that product is just so wonderful. So zoom on the comments. I've only curled a couple of times with regular shoes and you put a sliding cover over the sliding foot, but you forget that you have a sliding cover on and then you rear over like a tea kettle. Oh, well, hopefully you haven't done that too much or in front of too many other people.
Yeah, beginners curling, I think, would be quite entertaining to watch.
Novice curling, like the novice district championships.
So Annette holding one here.
Well, as we said, winning here is pivotal. Just to get consecutive ends, put a lot more pressure on Dawn Owens. She's leading it 11-6.
She's grouped the first two well, Dawn. Unfortunately, just grouped them in the wrong area.
Well, she's well pointed here, extremely well pointed here. Trailing it through, and I think she's gone 2 down here, but it's a much better 2 down than what she was. Might only be the one. So Net's coming to have a look here. So Net has only been playing for 3 years. But you can tell that there is serious talent there. And there's a reason why she got to the final 32 of the women's pairs previously.
Well, I'm impressed with what I'm seeing from her. And with 3 years of experience,
I
reckon it's a name to keep an eye on as she develops, because she is super keen.
You can tell.
Strategically, she's very good, very considered. And she's got a coach here.
The concentration is amazing. She is locked in. She's unsure. She's going down, checking ahead. And not letting anything faze her.
Well, the good news for Dawn is she's still got a lot of room here. She didn't get the optimal result that she would have liked with her previous bowl.
And I know you talk about the sprint on Annette after a bowl. I think a lot of viewers will be happy. I see the comments about they don't beat their bowl down after they chase after. Annette's been beating it down. And I wonder if she's keeping that in mind.
Yeah, she might be too.
And last year, it was the round of 32 for Annette McCormick. Played with Xu Jing of Victoria. Lost to Taylor Bruce and Jessie Cattell.
Good team.
That's it was right here at Broadbeach, Green 3, Rink 18, so about 20 metres away. It's not a bad team to lose to, considering they ended up going and making the final, losing to Chrissy and Els.
So Dawn, I think the line will be okay.
Yeah, no,
it'll all be about weight.
Got there.
Great final bowl, Dawn.
And again in this direction, Dawn Owens holds sway 7-11 to Annette McCormick. And actually, Dawn's first match got timed out.
Oh, I actually was walking past there during my break.
I didn't realise that was the match that it was. So there you go, Dawn. So Sonia Sutton winning that 18-17. So Colleen Orr defeating Annette McCormick, 21-14, and a timed out match for Dawn Owens.
Well, I was just coming back from the cafe, and I actually noticed now that you've mentioned it, Dawn was putting the mat down, and they were kicking bowls back from the head, and she was banged down with the mat and down with the jack. And I said, I bet she's behind, because she's trying to get that jack down before the timer goes. And she's going to lose the jack here.
And that hurts, especially if you are in that position where you can win and you get timed out. It's the worst way to lose, really. Even worse than dropping, when you're 20-17 up and you drop a 4. But, that is a really unfortunate way to go down when you're in that checkout zone and you have a chance. So can Dawn find a way? This match slated to conclude at 2 p.m. if it is going to time. I doubt that it will, because they're scoring pretty quickly. Annette's last 2 scores have been 3s, so not exactly mucking around. She controls the length here in the direction she's never lost in. And boasts last bowl as well. Not a bad looking starter though from Dawn Owens. Not a bad looking starter at all.
That actually didn't move across the head as much as I thought it would. I thought that might tail away a bit more than that, but that's held nicely for Dawn.
Nice effort there from Annette too. So can Dawn Owens win back-to-back ends for the first time in this match? Hasn't won in this direction. If she does, that could be the momentum changer.
Won't be wasted back there.
Not at all.
And it bang on with her last delivery weight-wise. Can she make the line correction? Oh, magnificent. Look at this.
Well, the southern direction, we're about to put a sign up saying this is the Annette McCormick direction. She's flying at the moment.
Well, Dawn's got to change her hand here. What do you think, Connor?
Yeah. Play of a metre or so through. She's got options there, but she's sticking to the forehand.
I find it really difficult to see how she can make a good result playing this hand. I could be wrong.
Is she trying to affect it, maybe spill the jack? Oh, wow. Trying to maybe spill the jack out and then going with the other hand with her last? But
yeah, I think that's what she's aiming for, but it's just such a low percentage shot. Where the other hand, she's got options there. She can come off the front blue. She can even push that through, open it up. If she's tight, she's onto her own, pushing that over. There's just some more options.
Well, if that had the weight, that was looking okay. It was tracking nicely.
She's going to stick on the forehand.
Heather asking if understood that Dawn Owen was from the Kensington Bowling Club in NZ, from Whangarei. I think that's how you say it, Northland NZ. Yes, that is correct. And this one isn't going to get there, I don't think. So Annette McCormick with barring catastrophe. Another end in this direction, another feather in her cap, another fish in her net. Of course, if you've just joined us, we found out that her nickname is Fish at Dandenong Club. Playing really well, and hopefully the support is coming from the Pulse Bar down in Dandenong. Bit colder down there. Of course, the host of the 2020 Australian Champion of Champions in 2021 and the 2020 Australian Championships also in 2021 that got stopped halfway through because of COVID snap lockdowns. Connor was actually playing in that event.
I was. Got my event in before the lockdown.
The day before.
Yep.
So 1 to Annette McCormick. So it's really funny that we'd never met before you started here at Bowls Australia, and then turns out we're both at the same event. That was only my third event working here, and Connor was there.
I remember you sending me a photo a couple of weeks ago. Is this you from that event?
Yeah.
My hair looks wild.
I'll get that up for Troy so you can see. So 12 shots to 7 is the score. Great to have your company from wherever you're watching around the world.
how young you look there, Connor.
Fowles has got the...
Fair starter from Annette. A bit over 2 feet from the jack. Looks a lot closer on the vision, but it is around 2 feet from the jack.
It's the face of excellence. I know people can't see it.
Is it a grimace or a smile?
It looks like a grimace.
And they're the same bowl shoes that you still own.
I still own those bowl shoes. Well, that looks better.
Oh, nice correction here from Annette. That's a lovely correction. I don't think Dawn's bowl's going to hold long enough here.
So this could be one of those rare occasions where Annette McCormick manages to win going in the northern direction. She's only won once. It's pretty much been patrolled by Dawn Owens, who's pulled out some absolute rippers. But you feel as though the damn wall is close to breaking.
Yeah, Dawn's holding on for dear life in this game at the moment.
Holding on well, and that's all you need to do until you can get some ascendancy back. But Annette now holding a 2. If she can put one in here and make a 3, the pressure would be heaped on.
Just that slight advantage, I think, in consistency at the moment with Annette.
For sure. So this race to 21 currently being headed by the Victorian from the Dandenong Club. Such a proud, powerful club in Melbourne. Such good things for the sport of bowls. Know a lot of good people from there. Rob Wilson, one of those. Chris Wallace. Charlie Daly.
And the great Warren Griffin.
Yes.
Recently retired.
Yep.
Was her.
You're a great man, Warren. Hopefully you're watching. And this one from Annette McCormick.
That's worth watching.
That's tre. Look at the line.
This is going to take a big bowl from Dawn here now. She's got to draw this cold, essentially.
Backing her in to do it.
It's a massive moment in the game.
I'm backing her in. She's pointed this very well too. How's the weight? She wants it to run. It's hooping, it's coming, it's trying, it's doing its
Val,
utmost. And Dawn Owens, you are a star.
You are on the mark, Val.
Nostradamus is back.
And that's it for me. I'm actually retiring myself with that call. So I'm going to leave you two to it. I'm going home.
Wow, that was a pressure bowl. She was at risk of being 15-7 down, Dawn Owens, and almost out of the game. And she's plucked it back.
She gave it the grass she needed to. She trusted the green. And that could be the telling bowl.
Very similar to the first game. She's been very plucky and determined, as was Julie Tripaz in that first game.
And look, she's only 4 shots behind. You know, a big collect and things all of a sudden start to look better. But again, in this direction, this is where she's not 1-1. So this is where she needs to buckle down and try and get herself on the board. Back-to-back ends would be vital, and that is the way to start.
That's a beauty. Well, this has been the direction she's struggled in. So
yep. But again, last time out, her first bowl was equally as good. Annette has just managed to find something extra.
She has liked this forehand coming back in this direction. She's got a really good handle on it.
The weight's pretty good. The weight is very good. How's it pointed? Well, it's a good home. It's come right behind, so she can definitely use that. So do we have a twist in this tale, ladies and gentlemen? Let us know what you think in the comments. Who wins? Why? In only one match on this streaming rink across the competition, has someone got the double figures first and lost. So you'd favour Annette McCormick, but you never know.
Dawn needs this to slow down to stay up. And she does, so that's a good position bowl. Takes away a little bit of that danger of a jack flying back.
And it's hard to think that, a couple of minutes ago, why are people walking in front of the cameras?
We do apologise, viewers.
Not difficult. There we go, gone. But yes, it's hard to believe that 5 minutes ago we were saying, this was a 15-7 lead to Annette McCormick. It was over. Or as good as, it was looking like the damn wall was going to break. But
talk about a trot. Dawn's on the trot now.
Oh, doesn't want to squirt the jack.
Ooh, no.
Oh, no. That's the second time today that's happened.
Oh, wow.
In this very direction, the second time today that's happened. And that hurts.
I guess she's got to look at the positive side of it. I guess she's got the next three, and it gives her a chance with her last bowl, but she'll be disappointed. It's that old adage, if you're holding, don't cross the line.
Yeah, Annette just talking to her coach at the moment. She needs to put another one in there because, as you said, Troy, gives a chance for Dawn to go after Annette's lone bowl in the head at the moment.
So, Annette McCormick. Tell you what.
Oh, she's not going to return the favour, is she?
It's not bad. No. She's going to get in. And I reckon that's a couple.
You can still go after it here. Dawn can still go hard at Annette's two bowls and get rid of them both if she chooses to. Is one option. Or she can play the backhand and draw a shot here, but I'd be going Wade.
If you play forehand, because you can even crash into your own,
yep,
promote it onto the jack, and then you can make a few.
Yeah.
It's just about whether she's got that sort of shot in her repertoire.
Yes.
Has she got it in the tool belt?
Oh, she listened to Connor Munnings.
To me, she might be shaping up for backhand here.
Because if she does go on the backhand, she still can get a trail.
Yeah.
If she hits it well enough, which we know she can. So Annette McCormick down 1 or 2.
She's definitely arriving here.
Yeah. Not
can
far
she
away.
hold?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, she can.
Oh my goodness.
I did not see it like that.
What a bowl.
Don't listen to Connor.
Special comments. Just don't listen to my comments.
You do you. Dawn Owens, that is superb. So maybe she might get an end in this southern direction. She deserved that because of what happened before where she trailed the jack to her detriment. So now it's up to Annette McCormick. Can she keep breaking the spirit of the New Zealander?
That's 2 ends in a row. Huge bowl from Dawn.
Well, she saved 5 shots in the last 2 ends. If she can score 3 herself, that's +8 in her ledger, or net 8.
So there is a good target area for Annette. That's the good news for her. needs to give a bowl a chance, get it in the right area. Anything can happen.
Needs to hold with that weight.
Oh, I'm not sure it's going to.
Oh.
Well, for once, Dawn Owens wins an end in this southern direction. And from being on the verge of being 15-7 behind, it's now 12-10. And the New Zealander is firing on all cylinders.
It is game on.
I'm genuinely stunned at the turnaround here because 5 minutes ago it wasn't looking that way.
We're about 8 foot short of a maximum length end here. Dawn might just be flattering the greenkeeper with that one.
This might be a change of momentum. But the first bowl here for Dawn, you're right, Troy has left plenty of room for Annette, who has got the weight right, but not quite capitalising.
Dawn placing herself under pressure again. Maybe she's enjoying it. Maybe she's... That's the tactic. Do it with the last bowl. Don't give Annette a chance to wrestle it back.
Mark Wybrow sitting at the Belmont Bolo in the sun, having the best barn me, while waiting for a new radiator in the car. Thanks for keeping me company. Good game. Now, Mark, Belmont Bolo, whereabouts is...
Southern Brisbane.
Oh, good, because I was going to say, you got through your single section, so you need to be...
Because he's from Belconnen, but he's at Belmont.
Yep, no, he's still in Queensland. I wasn't 100% sure where that was, but I'm glad you're still here, Mark.
I thought it was in WA for a second. I was wait.
Mark played an absolutely ripping match against Tyrone Alberti the other day. That was a great contest and got through his section. 2 wins and 1 loss. Looking forward to seeing you in the knockout rounds come this weekend.
Big shout out to the Belmont Club too. They've got a big come and try day and open house coming up in a month or two. Looking to get their community into the club and see what the facilities are all about and what they can offer.
And if you are thinking of going down, Little Ring on the inside. If you are watching this, I'm sure you know that though.
Or gets the sit on the black bowl.
Well, is the momentum about to completely flip?
Can you write Dawn off? She's done it
No.
2 ends in a row with the last bowl. She's going to have to do it and go the hat trick.
If she does this again, I'll tell you what. I think the weight is just too much.
Well, she's finally cracked.
Yeah. The questions have just been asked and asked and asked. And it's at the moment sitting like it's going to be another 3 to Annette McCormick. Can she make do with the full count this time? There's been 2 occasions where she's had the free kick and the opportunity to put in a 4th. Has missed short both times.
She's got a lot of room here too.
What are you backing, Connor?
I think she's drawn 3 around the area. She should just do the same and she'll be able to get the 4th in there.
Going on the forehand.
She'll draw it. I'll make the early crow.
It's looking pretty good.
Hopefully I haven't given her the commentator's curse.
I think the weight's okay. Needs to hoop back, needs to keep tracking, and that will be the one, the boss. So looks like it's going to be a 4, and it is. Annette McCormick finally breaks that damn wall. She's had a couple of opportunities to get one of those. And she does finally. 16-10 is the score. And she's within 5 of victory here on Green 4 at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. Great to have Joe Franzi. He's an absolute star. We love Joe. Arvo Val, he's called me Dusty, that's kind of you. Troy and Connor getting some tips before my 4s battle tomorrow. Never forget, never forgive, love. Hopefully we'll do better than my second in my singles section. I'm sure you will, Joe.
Good luck, Joe. Give him heaps.
I can't take credit for that motto. I think Dad came up with that. It's not a bad one, though. Never forget, never forgive.
Now, on to really important matters, Val. We've got a year to prepare for this. Next year, mixed pairs. Annette McCormick, known as the Fish. We need to find someone for her to play with whose first name is Chip or his surname is Chippendale or Chippington. We need to make it happen.
Well, there's the former Scott Socceroos, Scott Chipperfield. Do you know if he plays bowls?
Well, how good... And we would move the streaming rink for that, just for the 2 hours 15 of puns that we would run with that.
Fish and Chip, and then someone with the nickname Dog and someone with the nickname Hot. Fish and Chip v Hot Dog.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
So anyone that knows a Chip or a Chippington or someone like that plays bowls, get in touch and we can try and connect Fish and them together.
Chippington.
I don't think I've ever met anyone named Chippington.
I was thinking of a surname, Chippington or Chippendale. Or... All right, so Dawn's got one in there. Annette with a nice head set up, though. She's got 2 behind the jack, 1 right behind, 1 out to the side, so any jack movement is going to be good for her. A bowl to sit also.
Good line. Just going to pull up a little bit short here. Fishes.
So opportunity for Dawn to try and claw a few of these shots back that she lost on the last end. We'll need this to stop. And it won't.
A little trail wouldn't go awry for Annette McCormick.
Well, does Annette have a little look at this? She pushes that bowl 3 to 4 foot. She's holding a full count.
Yeah. Don't think she has gone for that. Needs this to slow down. So an opportunity now for Dawn Owens to get a second here and try and forge her way back in. All of a sudden, they're both winning in the directions that they were both struggling with. She's tossed it out on a wide line. Is it enough? No, I don't reckon. I think it'd just be the one for Dawn.
Dawn's having a good look at it. I think actually her wing one beats the ones sort of at 6 o'clock. I think it's more that wing one that's the issue.
3 at like 4:30.
Yeah. On
the right now, 1 it is. Don't doubt me, Troy.
Just wanted to get the heart rate up, Val.
It was up. 16-11 in favour of Annette McCormick. Is there another twist in this tale? Will we see Dawn Owens fight back into this contest? New Zealanders never give up. We know that. This 70-year-old, she's been playing since she was 52. This one's coming around. Needs it to run a little bit more to be enough for one, but plenty of room for both.
A bit of a rough start to this one.
One about a metre short, one about a metre past. As this corrected, yeah, that'll do for one. That'll definitely do for one. Don't know if she's tossed this out wide enough. Annette McCormick.
Lucas Protopatis walks past our cameras.
Yep, right at home, emerging Parajackaroo. Wait till he becomes fully fledged. We'll never hear the end of it.
He's just trying to get camera time.
Yep. Well, he never used to say, oh, you know, maybe I don't want to go on. And then I gave him a taste of it. And all of a sudden, oh, if you need me for 10 minutes, if you need me on the right line, you need me here, you need me there.
Loves it.
Yep. Oh, no, he's going to walk in front of the camera.
No, I don't think it's...
Oh, no, we're okay.
Yeah.
Opposite side.
Yeah, I got him off it.
So, at the moment, Dawn Owens really heaping it on. She's won 3 of the last 4 ends. Dropped a big 4 2 ends previously, which didn't help her. But...
And a good line again.
Yeah, and the weight, it's going to get around the front. Swing it in, sit on her own, stay for 3. And this is good, yeah. Annette has to come up and have a look here. This is all of a sudden a huge bowl. You drop a 3 and all of a sudden back to 2, the diff.
I'd be looking to come on the backhand here, Troy. There's a few more to sit on. On forehand, you're nearly playing an exact draw. Backhand, you have a chance to get a 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah, unfortunately, she has no back bowl. Weight is not an option.
No. Just sliding underneath her own, underneath Dawn's. That's what I'd look.
Only thing is, I guess she hasn't played that backhand side very much. Whether that plays on her mind or not. But I agree, that's a nice guide, that one at 2 o'clock to come under.
Looks like she's sticking to the forehand, the hand she knows.
So we've seen Dawn Owens bowl some absolute brilliant last bowls. Can Annette return the favour?
It's a great track, but just going to pull up short there. So it's going to be a 3 for Dawn Owens. Taking the score 16-14 once again. 2 shots of difference. It's
very interesting.
A tight tussle between these two.
She's the junkyard dog at the moment. She's fighting tooth and nail in this game. She is hanging on and looking for an opportunity to leap ahead.
Well, she hadn't won 2 ends in a row. heading into the 14th end. 14th end, she won her second in a row. Now she's won 4 of the last 5. So, and just a bit of adrenaline there. But on the 13th end, she was down 3 and on the verge of going down 15-7. Scored the 1. Won the next end after also being down 3, I believe, with her last bowl. Scored a 2, or she was down 2. So from 15-7 on, pretty much got it to 12-10. Dropped to 4, 16-10 down, and now back to 16-14. So she keeps fighting. She keeps pushing. Zoom saying, I should be getting some sleep.
Sleep's overrated, Zoom.
A cracker of a game. What time is it in Canada at the moment? I think Montreal 14 hours behind. So 11:11 at night.
It's still only early.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is. God, I'm good.
Just get a coffee, Zoom. You'll be right.
I couldn't tell time this morning, but I can tell it now. I'll tell you who can tell the time. Dawn Owens, she's bowling well around the clock. On fire at the moment. Can't turn this off. Oh, I was correct, and I remembered he was in Montreal as well. Now stay up with us. And she's got all the momentum here, the New Zealander. Lost her first game in heartbreaking fashion. Timed out while down 18-17. Definitely not where you want to be. After this, at 2:30 p.m, we have a match between Jocelyn Heyman and Ingrid Penfold. New South Wales versus Queensland. Dawn, she's got 2.
I wonder if she'll change her hand here now. Annette. It's not in a way, but if she sees it as that from the mat, then it sometimes is. You get fixated on a bowl, and it's amazing how many times you hit it.
So, Annette McCormick all of a sudden having to answer some questions herself. She was asking them all. And Dawn said, no, I'm putting the test on you. She's passed. Excellent bowling. Almost tripped on her. Bowls behind there, Annette. That could have been nasty.
OH&S.
Always got to clean up your toys.
So there's no need for Dawn to be scared of this head. She's got 2 seconds. She's got a nice little channel down here to try and sit that bowl through, trail the jack.
Doesn't have the weight.
Oh, dear. She's left it short. And unfortunately, as a result of that, she doesn't really have a back bowl either.
So again, she might have to save things with her last. And all Annette needs to do is rinse and repeat. Pretty well pointed.
She's close.
I think it's just rolled too far, has it? No, I reckon she's got him for 2 there. Oh, that's good. So Annette has 1 more to come.
That last bowl does increase the avenue of opportunity.
I think she's arriving here. She's going to get there. Dawn Owens, have you done it again? Have you done it again?
Needs to stay up.
Oh, I think
has.
she's 1 down. But again, her last bowls, they've been magical. What a game we've had, the middle session. Always proves the goods. We had yesterday, there was a bit of a romp with Carmen Anderson and Ellen Faulkner winning theirs fairly comfortably, but every other day this session, the 11:45. It's been bonkers. I have no idea whether this is shot or not. We'll get an idea. What are we thinking, gentlemen? Connor?
I'm going to say Dawn's.
Dawn? Troy?
Yeah, I'm going with Dawn too.
I'm saying it's still Annette.
Annette needs to be careful here as well.
She is.
Particularly if she is holding.
Maybe that's why she's tossed it out wide. Who knows? Let's see what the verdict is. Pam, our marker, not giving us much.
Well, she duped us early in the game, so I'm not watching what she does with the pops.
And it is 1 to Annette McCormick.
I haven't got one right.
I was going to say, why did I jump on with you, Connor? That was so silly of me.
Yeah, it was.
And that's saying something when you should be jumping on board with Val.
No, I've had a good eye today.
You have. Been on fire.
So 17-14. She's in the checkout zone now, is Annette McCormick. But, again, she was so close to dropping that end because Dawn Owens put in a pearler to save possibly being 3 down again. It was at least 2. What an enjoyable afternoon of bowls we've got. Could be within an end of finishing it, or we could have a lot more still to play out. Dawn Owens was on the verge of being 7-15 down if she didn't nail her bowl at 12-7 down. She was down 3 and played an absolute beauty to resurrect things. She's only 3 behind at the moment.
Just drifting out this one.
But I think it's the questions now that she's had to ask. Or she's had to answer, I should say. Dawn Owens, how many is too many?
She probably hasn't been consistent enough with the first 2, is what she'd like. She's just put herself under so much pressure with her final 2. And this looks like she's going to still leave. It's not bad, but there's still quite a bit of room there for Annette. Annette doesn't make a pay. See, if Dawn had a coach, I'd go and hide her last bowl and make her think that it was her last bowl that she had in her hand.
Yeah. Maybe go steal it from her now. Oh, this one is... Well, she's going to have to do it with her last again. Annette with an opportunity here to put in a second and absolutely heap the pressure on. Not going to get there. Probably the loosest end of the match.
Dawn's a chance to sit and stay for 3 here.
Yep.
Little trail.
Oh, wouldn't this be something?
Just needs to give a bowl a chance.
Dawn Owens.
Track's okay.
It's coming. And it's just going to drift. So it'll be 1 to Annette McCormick. Ever so close now. 3 shots from victory. So we hit the 20th end of this contest. Can Dawn Owens find something? She's still within a full count. So the great Matthew Lucas walks past us. The majestic beard.
The captain. Remember the Captain Morganam? Everyone's going, Captain, Captain,
yes.
Captain. Yes, Matty, cop that, the beard.
So Annette McCormick needs to nail her first here just to put the pressure on. If she can score a 3, she'll be in the sheds and enjoying her first win of this Australian Open. Made the round of 32 in the women's pairs. Last year.
Just needs to pull the handbrake on here.
And Annette.
Oh, lovely.
On Tuesday, that is beautiful from Dawn. Annette will be featuring in the women's pairs post-sectional rounds on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club against Cassandra Millerick and Kylie Lavis, who we streamed yesterday. So, considering, well, Cass and Kylie lost a match yesterday and they were pushed in their opening match as, Annette. Brilliantly done. So, could be winnable. You never know.
I was about to say, I did remember seeing Annette's name when I was doing a write-up last night. But
Well, of course, Kylie and Cass lost their second game yesterday.
And it'll be on Green 3, Rink 21. So, Green 4, Rink 22 on Tuesday. If we are streaming that, not sure. Sometimes we do. I think we stream men's pairs. This is close.
Magnificent. What a bowl. Trading blows like heavyweight boxers here at the moment.
What a contest. Yeah, I'm not sure which one you'll have to stay tuned for what we stream on Monday, Tuesday. Because we tend to do the men's pairs quarterfinals every final Tuesday of the AO. Or semi-finals, one of the two. Oh, she's got a nice little grouping, Annette McCormick.
Nice clear direction there from marker Pam on the position of that bowl. Front of the bowl level with the back of the jack. Pops another one out to that side.
Another big bowl coming for Annette McCormick. I think she's going to try and get this jack. She's got enough weight to get there, but has she tossed it out on a wide enough line? It's starting to cut, and it's starting.
Well, she doesn't want to take those out.
No.
Oh, no, she's okay.
So, Annette's just... Oh, sorry, Dawn's just having a little trot up. Just have a look.
She plays a wide line here. She can't do much damage. She actually gets a really good result on the outside edge of her bowl. She makes a couple and maybe 3 if she plays it with the right weight, or she just sits the jack high and counts.
Wouldn't a 3 be huge?
But does not want to be tight. A jack down the line would be disastrous.
She's gone on a pretty conservative line here. It's trying to dart back. It's trying to dart back. Oh, no. Oh. Worked out okay. So just the one for Dawn Owens. Gentlemen, back to 3 the difference. 18 to 15. This middle session is proving to continue to dazzle us here on Rinkside Live. None the wiser as to who's going to win. Been favouring Annette McCormick for the majority of the match, especially since she was the first one to get to 10, but who knows? Lucas gives us a little salute as he walks back past. I don't think he's even touched his lunch. Says he has, but I don't believe him. He's a slow eater. What do we think, gentlemen?
I still fancy Annette.
Connor? You don't have to be different if you don't want to.
I feel like Annette's got it, but Dawn's been pulling off some pearlers, especially for the last bowls.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like there could be a little upset here in the wings.
She hasn't led since the conclusion of the first end. And she was behind by as much as 5. It was 12-7, or as much as 6. It was 16-10. But her first bowls have been letting her down. And Annette will take shots. Still room for Dawn, though. Been an enjoyable contest so far, that's for sure.
I mentioned earlier, very similar tone and narrative to our first game. And we just saw at the end of the last game, VIC just kicked away and did enough at the end and probably just was a little bit more consistent over the whole game. And I feel like that's where Annette is at. But bowls is a funny game.
It is.
And it's not always funny, ha-ha.
No, it's funny. Run into a brick wall. Is that enough for a second? I dare say it won't stay as 2 for long, but I reckon it is.
I'll just pray for Dawn she doesn't run into this front one.
No. Because it is in the way. Plenty of room. I think she's... Oh, no. Is she going to run into it? Yep. Well, it's definitely not 2 anymore.
We saw that a lot yesterday, if you remember. People failing with their second bowl and then essentially wasting their third, running into their own short stuff.
Yep.
It's so annoying.
Oh, the weight on this one. This is moving for Annette McCormick. That's not going to enter the count at all. So, Dawn with her last. Again down.
Yeah, choosing to change hands. She doesn't want to risk fate twice.
Under pressure.
Has she given it enough? It's close.
Very close.
Has last bowl Dawn done it again?
Yep. I think she has.
Pam's having a look.
Yeah, she has.
Wow.
And Dawn with a little cheeky smile.
Yeah.
Then did you see that?
Yeah. You could see it there on the 45. She's like, yes, I'm the best.
At last bowl.
Yeah. True. So Annette McCormick now with it all to do once more, but she's well pointed, Troy.
Yeah, I'm liking this.
Annette McCormick, she says, you can do it with your last bowl, but you know what? So can I.
That's a great reply.
That's a monster. The Victorian is within 2 of her first win today. Going down to Colleen Orr before. Neither of these two have managed to register a win. And Annette McCormick, that's a good starter. So the pressure now being really heaped on to the New Zealander.
She's just got to get one of these first 2 close.
The cruel thing is, if she does go down soon, you know, she could be sitting at, 2 losses, but only -7. That's close. And that one, that definitely doesn't help. So 19-15, if she can get another shot in here, Annette McCormick should be holding game and really force the hand of Dawn Owens, who with her last bowl has been producing some magic.
This is good. It's enough. Still plenty of room though for Dawn. Gives her a nice guide to be. She just wants to be just dribbling underneath that one.
You back her in. It's going to cut though.
Now, can Annette just nail this jack? That would be the first nail in the coffin here.
Not sure she's there. So can Dawn do it with her third instead of her last? Take a little bit of the pressure off. So much room. 2 down, indicated by Pam, our marker.
Looks to be on a better line.
The weight's better. Doesn't want to crash. Oh, is she in?
Sure, Annette will ask the question.
I think she is. Nice, they're doing it with her third.
Third bowl, Dawn now.
Yeah.
Last bowl of the end for Annette McCormick. Concerned about her weight. She's going to need the jack. Oh, wow. Look at that.
What needs to be last bowl, Dawn again?
Yeah. Well, this is going to be mightily difficult. You could see the way that was travelling halfway down. It was well pointed. Yes, it was a little heavier. But if you take the jack to where it went, it doesn't matter.
If I was Dawn, I'd be going down and have a look here because...
Yeah. She's switching over too. I'm not sure what she's really got on the backhand side.
It's last bowl, Dawn. Back her in, gentlemen.
Close her eyes, chuck it up. She'll probably get shot.
Shut your eyes, hope for the best. Well, she's got...
Can she get lucky on the front?
Oh, Dawn. Oh, I'm not sure.
No.
I don't think she has. I think we'll be shaking hands. They'll go up the other end, survey the head, but I reckon the damn wall has finally burst. Are we shaking hands? It was close. She gave it a shot. But Annette McCormick with her last bowl. Oh, nice little embrace there. How good's that? How good is the AO? And how good were these two? Annette McCormick wins the match 21-15 over Dawn Owens. Well done to the star nicknamed Fish. And well done to you, Troy Corber. Absolutely brilliant, as always.
Thanks, Val. Great fun. Look forward to the next session.
Connor, same to you.
Thanks, Val. Yep, one more session to go for the day.
Certainly is. Jocelyn Heyman up against Ingrid Penfold coming up at 2:30, 55 minutes time. But from Val Febo, Troy Corber and Connor Munnings, it's goodbye for now.